Chicago police raided the apartment of Black Panther leader Fred Hampton and shot and killed him in his bed.
So we always say in the Black Panther Party that they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary.
The person who was in the room, they kept hollering out, "Stop shooting, stop shooting. We have a pregnant woman or a pregnant sister in here." At that time, I was 8.5 to 9 months pregnant. My baby was to be delivered in 2 weeks. Pigs kept on shooting. So he kept on hollering out. Finally, they stopped. They pushed me and the other brother by the kitchen door and told us to face the wall. Heard a pig say, "He's barely alive, he'll barely make it." I assume they were talking about Chairman Fred. So then they started shooting the pigs. They started shooting again. I heard the sister scream. They stopped shooting. Pig said, "He's good and dead now."
We in fact, part of our campaign to say to Hampton House is to call the contradiction on those who become black when it's beneficial and play Panther when it's profitable, and claim to be the Cubs when it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? This is the reality. I mean, on one hand, people say, well, it's good that Beyonce dresses up like the Panthers in the Super Bowl. People say it's good that Fiasco got an album, a song called Chairman Fred's Speeches. But I mean, it's good that Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying, throw on a leather jacket and say somebody, reference to Chairman Fred Hampton. However, we're dealing with tangible, concrete contradictions. I mean, it's not some sort of just thought in our head. These banksters, they come to foreclose his home. And this is a part of a war on our legacy and our people. Other people, other communities, they hold people accountable. Whether it be entertainers, the athletes, they say, no, we need tangible support. And you see these entertainers, when they do stuff for the ruling class, for the state, they do actual benefits. You know what I'm saying? They come through and do, they don't say, they don't just dress up like America. They do concrete, tangible support. Bob Hope, he had to go support the troops. This is a war, and you got people that are fighting this war again, not only for our life, but our legacy. And the deal is, we have to call a question. We can't be just wishy-washy about it and say, well, at least they're doing this. We deserve better. See what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when it's beneficial to them, throw the afro on and say, yeah, I like the Panthers. But when it comes down to concrete, tangible support, we have to call the question.
It's in the name of His Majesty, Master Farah Muhammad, to whom all holy praises I do forever and ever and ever. We like to thank him for his coming to us and for his raising up Moses, John the Baptist, who indeed appeared in the person of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, our spiritual mother, Mary of the book. And it's in the name of their spiritual son. I guess I can say the prophet like Moses. He's still the prophet like Moses. Yes, that ain't changed. That's right. Allah in the person of the most honorable Salas Muhammad, the first begotten of the dead. And it's in recognition and honor of Her Majesty, his wife, our queen, our first lady, Queen Mashaki Muhammad. I greet you again. Assalamu alaikum. Because God came in the person of Master Farah Muhammad to the hills and wilderness of North America, to these shores, to establish this for you. But it wasn't a religion he was establishing. It was a government he was establishing. Did y'all hear me on that? Yes, sir. Y'all didn't hear me. I thought Islam was a religion. Well, you thought wrong. We gave it to you as a religion to draw you in because we knew you were stuck on religion. That's right. You're the only people on the planet that's stuck on religion.
Peace, Mrs.
To see the Son of Man set up a government.
Hold it. To see who? The Son of Man. Set up what? A government. What is a government? A kingdom. An empire. And all of above. These things. What I said today. And it's not religion again, what I'm telling you. is your way of life. We're trying to give back to you. Yeah, we want you to become a Muslim, because a Muslim is your true self. Muslim only mean a righteous person in Arabic. Don't you want to be a righteous person? Or do you want to be a devil? Book talk about that too. That this place has become a habitation of devils. This is where a place where devils come and migrate and produce themselves. You know, so we're not giving you religion, but we would like you to become a member of the Afro-descendant nation if you don't want to become a member of the Lost Foundation of Islam, so we can have a government. That's the only way we're going to give reparations. In my closing, reparations are paid from one government or one nation to another.
That's right.
Reparations are not paid to individuals. Reparations are not paid to organizations. That's why we haven't never gotten it yet. What happened to your 40 acres and a mule? You didn't have a government to fight for you. You didn't have a nation to fight for you to keep America at her word. The Japanese got paid because they had a government to make America do right. Even the Indian nation got paid reparations because they had a government, a nation, the Indian nation, to make America keep her word. What do we have? We ain't got nothing. We got so-called leaders running around here kissing boot, licking chop, trying to get a piece of the pie out of the American government, but they're not looking at your best interests at heart. Give this brother Prince Sariel a round of applause, please. Hebrew Israelite nation.
So we all the same people.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
We one tree.
So we may make a distinction in certain scenarios and situations. We all are the same people. And I'd like to give all honor and praises to the great and omnipotent Creator who has brought us to this day and time to have an understanding of enough is enough.
Yes, sir. Enough is enough.
We go on to say enough is enough. Manifest destiny. Manifest destiny is the platform with which Europeans have dominated the world. And when you break down manifest destiny, it simply means because I said so.
Right.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
But as a result of the 50 years, first of all, I thank the brother for allowing me to speak with you today. And yes, we are part of this great and mighty nation. And we were glad to be a part, because any time that we get a chance to get together and grow, you know, they say it's safety in numbers. But that safety in numbers scares the other people.
Right.
And it's the reason why I was invited here today by Prince Asiel. He couldn't be here, but he wanted me to say a few words. So I know that we were waiting for some guests to come in.
Yeah. That's all right.
So, no, but I'm going to center what I'm saying around the reason why they were coming. Because they were talking about the reality of the bombing that took place in Philadelphia in 1985 when the authorities moved on the organization called MOVE.
Right.
And they wound up burning down a whole city block.
Right.
With people in the buildings. I
Right.
don't know if y'all
The
remember
children.
that.
Yes, sir. I remember.
And so that was going to be part of the subject matter when your guests got here. So I just want to
Go ahead.
embellish
It's yours.
embellish on that, because when we were on the street corners singing, some of y'all remember, the little groups used to be out on the street corners, and we'd be singing little doo-wop songs and all that kind of stuff, and the police would show up and disperse, right? We go back to COINTELPRO,
Right.
with the directive to cut off the rise of the Black Messiah, the entity that would electrify the militant masses. During that time, they killed all of the revolutionary leaders,
Yep.
decimated all of the organizations. All of the organizations were groups of men and women, black men and women who were like you,
That's right.
protesting. But the directive coming out of the FBI was a perpetual reality, because when you go back, Marcus Garvey
That's right.
had gotten jacked by the FBI too. So there was nobody who was left alone with the revolutionary idea, the revolutionary concept of enough is enough.
Right.
We're not doing this anymore. The reason why they bombed MOVE is because these guys had said enough is enough, and they weren't going to accept anything. So they knew.
That's right.
They knew when they took that stand what could possibly happen. And it was the worst case scenario, but they did stand. And those kinds of stands in history are what we need to keep calling to mind, because we haven't always
Right.
been a cowardly people.
Right. That's right. That's right.
When that happened.
Right.
We've had a history of heroes.
Right. Fighting back.
You hear me? We come from heroes. And some of us are still
That's right.
in the hero realm because we stick out like a sore thumb because we ain't scared.
Right.
There you go.
And then most of our people are, so we wind up standing and trying to motivate and inspire our people to just back off the fear a little bit.
Right.
Because it's a cat that we have cornered, and he's trying to convince you he's a lion. But we know he's a cat.
That's right.
That's why we approach him, because he's just a little pussy cat.
Right.
But it's more of us in the spirit every day. And we have said enough is enough.
Right.
Which is the reason why we're here. Like the brother said, we ain't teaching religion. Religion has been the
That's right.
major, most dividing
Over
factor
with.
of all of us.
That's
We're
right.
saying that our God is God, and our God is better than this God. And other. Hey,
Yeah, that's been
we
said.
learned that from Europeans.
Right.
Divide and conquer. You go back.
Right.
He was talking about Willie Lynch. I admonish you, anybody. You can pull it up. You can pull it off the internet. What they call PDF free,
Right.
and read the whole document.
Right.
Because I did an experiment on the document, what they call reverse engineering.
Right. Right.
So I took the document and looked at it from where we are now and took it all the way back and
Well,
found
then-
out that everything that they said that they were going to accomplish by debilitating and destroying black people,
Well, it ain't.
we're in it now today.
Right.
It said separate the man from the woman.
There you go.
Separate the children from the parents.
Right.
Play the color card, the light skin against
Right.
the dark skin,
Right.
the short against the tall,
Right.
Mama gets
the
daddy.
mama against daddy. And you see it today.
See it today. Running around.
But they cultivated this.
Right.
You know, when they use the terminology, the miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson, in reality, it wasn't a miseducation.
Right.
It was the education they wanted so we would be in the condition that we're in today.
There you go.
Because some people think if they get a degree that they didn't make it in
wow.
America.
Yeah.
You ain't made it.
But if you get a college degree, they give you a degree because they know that you're going to build their world.
You was a slave.
Condition.
You're not going to build your own. And that's why I say the sentiment on the planet is enough is enough. And we have to begin to utter that to everybody, to our children, friends, family. Enough is enough. We're not taking it no more.
That's right.
Now, the beauty of it is that we've been building a world.
Right.
When you see these brothers talking and pleading and all of that, we done had relationships for over 50 years building.
Years.
Right.
Years.
Daniel 2:44. Now, before you read it, let me say this. Remember I said the brothers on the corner represented a congregation. It represented a solidarity of more than one individual.
Right. That's right.
This is how serious they were about us not becoming a people. So even if two were together, they mess with it. You found now double that, triple that into organizations that have thousands of people and all that kind of stuff. Nation of Islam, the Lost Foundation. Yes, we all been messed with.
Right. That's right. Think of that.
But I'm gonna tell you why. Because they were scared.
Right.
And they've been scared ever since we've been here.
Right.
They a little pussycat trying to that convention today are lions. So if they act and roar like a lion, you'll back off.
Wizard of Oz.
But when they start roaring at us, we walk right up to the pussy cat and they get out the way. So we got work to do for ourselves. Daniel 2 and 44.
And in the days of these kings.
And in the days of all of these kings.
Speak up, sister. Speak up so everybody can hear you. Speak up. Shout it.
In the days of all of these kings.
And in the days of all of these kings.
There you go.
Shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and commune
And
and consume. I apologize.
It's okay.
In pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
This is what they were scared of.
Beautiful scripture, brother. Beautiful. Beautiful scripture.
They knew we was going to get together.
Beautiful scripture.
But they did everything to keep us from being together.
Right.
Stop it.
From the 2 guys on the corner
Right.
to the 5 guys do-mopping.
Right.
You
Right.
understand? To
Right.
the basketball team, you go
Right.
when what's his name was up in Boston.
Oh, who that?
Bill Russell.
Uh-huh.
Was up in Boston, and they going everywhere, and they messing with them, putting
Right.
them over,
Right.
doing all kind of stuff. All the stuff that happened during Martin Luther King's time, all the stuff that happened during Elijah Muhammad's time,
Right.
all of that,
Right.
all of that was about this.
Right. Building the kingdom. Yes, sir.
So he was absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
But they thought that if they celebrated, we built in little separate scenarios like they were separate situations,
Right.
that we would stay polarized like that.
Right.
So our job is to find out where we are in these instructions. The 400 years is up. I look at Donald Trump's H.R. 1242 states that we're going to commemorate the 400 years of black folk being in America. Put the brakes on it right there, white man. All that you talking about after that, I ain't interested. You just verified all I needed you to verify. That I have been here in slavery for 400 years. There's only one people that we can identify that has been in a condition such as that.
Right.
And if we were able to foresee that coming, it also gives us the information of what is to come after that.
Right.
It said I shall judge that nation.
Right.
Huh? But see, you got to use your thinking cap here. What is a judgment?
Court of law.
So, why would that people or that nation have to be judged in a court of law? Why? What did you do? Did you break some rules? Well, let's say rape, murder, and going down the list. Is that the breaking of a law?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is our condition something that warrants the law?
Yes, sir.
How can we get out of this condition without the due process of the law? That's what they're saying. And they shall come out. Listen, they shall come out with great substance. What does that mean? It's impossible for you to lose if you're going to come out with great substance. White man, how can you tell me that you didn't keep me here against my will? How can you tell me that you didn't rape me and my mother and my children when you felt like it? How can you tell me that for 400 years you haven't murdered us whenever you chose to and still murdering us to this day? And you try to tell me I don't need a judgment? This is what all the organizations are fighting for. This is not about your organization is wrong, my organization is right. This ain't about none of that. This is about, we have all been here for 400 years and we have been violated. And we have the right to defend our human rights. That's what this is about. Now you can say, well, I'm going to wait on Jesus. Well, then go wait on Jesus. That's what you do. But I tell you what, when Jesus get here, you better not take him to court with you. They got a remedy for that. There's no disrespect toward Jesus. I'm telling you your reality. You go in that white man's court, he wants to know one thing. What is your complaint? What is your complaint? Who did you wrong? You're going to go in the white man's court and tell him, it was you, white man, that did me wrong. You're going to let the white man judge an injury over you that he committed? I would have to say to you, you don't sound too intelligent to me. The purpose of the courtroom is to have independent people make a decision about an argument between two people. Not one of the people that was involved in the injury making the decision. So therefore, you would have to raise your argument to the human rights level because you have a human rights violation. We cannot say that we were kidnapped by the white man and brought to America. Say, oh man, that's crazy. No, we cannot say that. I once said that, and I was admonished for it because I was told we don't have the proof. Anything you do in the courtroom, you must have the proof. History says that African tribes were fighting African tribes, and when they won the battle, that they would take those Africans that had been beaten and sell them. So the history says that the argument would be that the African people sold African people to Europeans. They bought them and brought them here. Either or, it's a violation. You cannot traffic human beings. Are you hearing me? Whether you did it or not, you still were in violation. Does that make sense? And once you got them here, you broke them down to less than a human being.
That's right.
You stripped away every human right they had. You took away their culture. You took away their language. You took away their religion. You took everything that identifies a human being away from them. Are you hearing me? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, know thyself.
That's right.
I would pretty much say it like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. If you can tell me who you are, I'll give you $10,000 out of my brother's vest pocket. You can't tell me who you are because you're lost. You say, I'm from Africa. Did you hear that statement? I'm from Africa. Africa is a big old place, man.
It's a continent.
Where you from in Africa? Since you know thyself, where you from? What is your DNA? Let's get to the core of it. Match your DNA with a people from Africa. Pinpoint it and tell me where you're from. We can't do it. Why? It was stripped from us. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you the importance of what has happened to you. The importance of being able to go forward and reposition yourself. There's been the world's greatest violation. And black people don't even acknowledge the fact that they've been violated. So you trying to tell me, sister, I grab your child, take it home with me, keep it for 25 years. You find out I got your child, and you ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
See, that's called common sense. So my question is, then why do we act like none of this has happened to us?
Right.
Oh, we so much want to love the corporate
Right.
that did all these things to us. We so much want to be a part of him. And he so much want to keep you stupid to the fact that you have a claim.
Right.
So yes, come on, I give you a good job. You'll give me a good job. Cracker, I've been had a job since I've been here 400 years.
Right.
And you gonna give me a good job? I guarantee you the job you give me ain't gooder than the one I had when I first got here.
Right.
And I never got a dime. I'm scared of your job. Now what I would like is to be able to build a government that would govern me and my children. And then I can give them a job. Did you hear me? See, I trust me better than I trust you, white man, at giving my child a job. Because I know if I'm governing myself and I give my children a job, it's to be able to produce a future.
Right.
The brother just read, he said, they will build a kingdom that would last forever.
Right.
Think about this, the land of milk and honey. Listen, streets paved with gold. Is that not a description? That heaven would have streets paved of gold? You've never heard that? This is in your Bible. Research it. It's there. So, if you're going to have in this heaven streets paved of gold, I'm a pretty logical person. You're trying to tell me you're going to go up in the sky, build some damn streets, paved of gold in the middle of nothing. That's what you're saying to me? It didn't say streets paved of gold color. It said streets paved of gold. That's how much they owe you for the violation. You remember this one, pearly gates. How much would it cost you to build a gate made of pearl?
Right.
Listen to the description of what they owe you. But before you can do all of that, you must first become a people. The Honorable Silas Muhammad has gone to the UN. The UN has agreed to acknowledge the language of Afro-descendant people. Those who were stripped of their culture, their religion, their language, etc., etc. Those that were brought to the Americas for the purpose of slavery. That language has been acknowledged for you and I. Now, you can be a Hebrew Israelite, you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, you can be a whatever you want to be, but all of that is totally irrelevant in the court of law. If you don't match that description I just gave you, you have no claim. Did you hear me? You have no claim. Our job is to come together as a people and fight under that banner. Keep your religion. Keep your God. Make your claim. Do you understand that? 5 of us in a car. Car get hit, we're in an accident. First thing you do. First thing you got to do is make a police report, ain't you? You're putting it on the record. And once you make that report and you put it on the record, now you can file for a claim for an injury. Now you can go in a courtroom. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Now you can argue your injury to determine right and wrong. After that has been determined, then there's a compensation. Huh? Is this the court rule? So, if it works in all other courts, why come it don't work in that? Is there some different rules or something? You kidnap me or I get kidnapped, there's no rule. You bring me to a place in your house and make me work for free. Do as you please to me and my children, and I don't have any recourse. Wake up, black people. You're afraid to ask for recourse? You afraid to put on the record to make notice that you have been injured? Think about that. You see the boy get beat up in the middle of the street by the police. You go home, you talking to your counterpart. Like, you know, they sure did that boy wrong. He ought to file a complaint on them people. Huh? Huh? Do you say that or not? Well, damn, 400 years, man. And you don't feel you got a complaint? He's trying to wipe that idea out of our minds. That's right. He's trying to do that to your children and my children. We're pretty much the last of the Mohegans of what we used to call consciousness. You ain't hear me, did you? He's trying to give our children a new mind, a mind that gravitates toward loving him. Sister just told me, after 25 years, she still ain't got no love for me about her children. You ain't hear me, did you? How did you get so much love for him after 400 years? See, I'm asking you to examine your own mind. You might not agree with me, but if you went to China and you stated your position other than what I just said, they might look at you a little strange.